Good morning and welcome to Game Day preview. Matisse and I have accidentally come matching today.
Yeah, it was an accident, but it's worked out perfectly, hasn't it?
Couple goals. It's very, very sweet.
So cute.
Very, very sweet. We've got a lot of football this weekend. No Friday night kickoffs, so we will go straight to Saturday.
Yeah, no rush to upload, guys.
No rush for your millions of watch-alongs. Right, 12:30 sees Bournemouth take on Liverpool. Bournemouth, they were so close last week. They really were.
Yeah.
Just broke my whole heart, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, Bournemouth, they tried. They put up a better fight than I thought they would.
Absolutely.
When they went ahead inside 30 seconds, I was like, oh, we got a game here. And then they went 2-0 up, really good set piece. Arsenal have been conceding a few set piece goals we saw last night as well. But in the end, persistence prevails, as they say, and Bournemouth just couldn't hold on. It's a shame because it would have been a very important point for them. As much as I want to praise them for the performance, they need points on the board wherever they can get them in this relegation fight. But yeah, defensively, they just caved. Arsenal just stepped it up to a whole new level in the second half.
Yeah, just a complete difference and gulf between the two sides, I guess.
Yeah.
Liverpool, though, off the back of that mauling, that demolition. Now, I know they won last night. I know the week's moved on a little bit, but let's still bring it back to that 7-0 win, shall we?
I think we should.
7-0.
It was a great Monday show that we ran.
It was.
It was wonderful. When I came in, I was shocked, and I'm still perplexed that they let that happen. To be honest, it was unbelievable. And what's so crazy about it is Liverpool. A few weeks ago, when they were winning against Newcastle and they beat Everton, and I was like, I'm going to slow down here. I'm going to hold on to the horses because I feel like they've played against teams that do struggle in front of goal in Newcastle and Everton at the moment, and they've kept those clean sheets. Then they had that Real Madrid game, which was a big slap in the face, and then they've responded now with this Man United win. And it was all in the second half, really. There was 1-0 up in the first. Second half, they just blitzed them, absolutely just came out crazy. So I think Liverpool now, they look like they're favourites for the top four. That place is really open for grabs with Newcastle and yourselves. And I think Liverpool, they've just got the experience now to go and really finish the job. And it feels like everybody's going to be dropping points anyway. Yeah,
absolutely. And they're also, picking up points and getting some momentum at the right time. They've got people coming back from injury and getting fitter again. And I think also where we saw Salah drop off so massively at the start of the season, he's been involved in 10 goals in his last 8 games.
Yeah.
So you can just see everything is starting to come together for them. I know that they have their issues defensively, they have their issues in the midfield.
Yep.
But it seems that everything's clicking at the right time. I have no doubt they're going to finish in the top 4.
Oh, really? Yeah.
No,
I think
don't even. Don't even. People are asking for you to troll me. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Can't help it.
Nope.
What
Also,
about
while you're sitting in 10th, just be quiet, okay?
You should come join us. I told you months ago to come join us.
We will be.
Come and sit next to us.
We'll be 8th.
I really want you to come and join me, honestly. I'm alone.
We're gonna stick talking about this for now. In terms of Liverpool, though, I mean, we know that they've got the Champions League next week.
Yeah.
People will say it's all but done and Madrid are through. But is there any part of you that thinks that Liverpool could get themselves back into this?
If it was at Anfield, I'd probably say yes. But because they're going to the Bernabeu, I would say no. I think Real Madrid's players can't risk that. They're at home.
Imagine,
their fan base would implode.
Yeah, but I still think it's going to be going to be a competitive game.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think it'll be a good game. But I do think Real Madrid will just not allow that to happen. I think Ancelotti as well, tactically, I can't see him throwing a massive lead like that, a 3-goal lead. He's got all the controllers in midfield to keep possession if he wants to. He's got plenty of experience throughout that team. They're going to get a goal, with the forwards they have. It's just too much for me for Liverpool to go over there and win by, 4 goals? It's just not going to happen for me. And Liverpool's defence, I know they've kept clean sheets, but they need to show that they can do that against Real Madrid, because they let in way too many goals there. And that's the whole reason we're in this mess. I'm looking for big performances from their defenders if they're going to, especially Trent versus Vinicius. I mean, look what happened in the first game. So, for me, no chance. I don't see it happening.
Okay. Well, if Liverpool do win this weekend, they can move it into the top 4, assuming that Tottenham don't win, which is probably likely. Bournemouth, on the other hand, they are 20th in the Premier League on 21 points, same as Southampton. But a win, that could take them out of it. That could take them up to potentially 17th, 16th.
Yeah. The relegation fight's really close at the moment, was it?
So close.
6 points separating all the teams.
Literally. I mean, if you look at Palace, who are in 12th place on 27, Bournemouth are on 21, so there's literally nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing in it.
West Ham's still down there as well.
Yeah,
West Ham's still fighting relegation.
Huge.
Yeah.
Relegation battle. All right, prediction, please, for that one.
Good question. I'm going to go over Liverpool win. I'm going to go... another clean sheet. I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 Liverpool.
Okay, I think it might be more convincing.
Their forwards are on form now. Nunez is playing well. Gakpo's got amongst the goals. So, yeah, I'm going to go 2-0.
I think it might be a little bit higher than that. I'm going to go with I'm tempted to be like a 4-1.
Really?
Yeah, 4-1 Liverpool.
Jeez.
Sorry, Bournemouth fans.
Nah.
Anyway, moving on to my least favourite subject. Talking about Tottenham. Tottenham have got Nottingham Forest at home on Saturday.
Do you want me to roll this one up? Start
Go right ahead. You can roll the tape.
So, Tottenham. They play against Nottingham Forest after what happened in midweek. I actually watched the game against Milan.
Why would you do that? Poor thing. Poor thing. Why do that?
I don't know why. It was a double. It was a double because obviously there was another team playing, thankfully. But just devoid of any ideas going forward at the moment. Obviously not scored in the last Premier League game as well. But AC Milan's defence, I think they had the second worst defence in Serie A in the top 10 and didn't get one goal over the two legs. With those forwards, Kane and all those options, I just don't get it. So I agree with you. And when you said it weeks ago, or months ago, actually, I think you were saying even months. That Conte needs to go.
Months ago.
Really does, because it's almost like now he's just doing it on purpose. Some of the quotes I've seen post-match about him saying, "Oh, maybe they may sack me."
This guy wants to be sacked.
He does.
It's the weirdest thing because it's like you've got Daniel Levy, who obviously everyone knows I have a very strong dislike for. But you have Daniel Levy, who's obviously in like a stalemate and doesn't want to be the one to sack him.
Yeah.
But then you've got Conte, who doesn't want to leave to give up the money in that and resign. So he's like, I'll stick it out until I either get sacked or my contract comes to an end. You can see this guy doesn't want to be
No,
here.
he's not interested in making top 4
To be
or
fair,
anything
he's
like
been saying that since last summer, you know, that he didn't really want to be there. Everything coming out of the club in terms of him and the direction he wanted to go in, there's no stability. And when he sits there and he says things like, you know, the fans and Tottenham need patience, they need time. You're not giving us patience and time because you don't want to be here.
Did he not say something about AC Milan's history in the competition?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this guy said a lot of things the other day, and anyone I think that was still, you know, pro Conte has probably now changed. Obviously, again, there's a lot of anger directed at the board, the situation we're in. People are singing Pochettino's name, which I'm very happy about. You know, during the game, and I can see this game against Forest.
Your way, yeah.
No, we're at home.
Oh, you're at home, okay.
But to be
Forest
fair,
don't travel well.
Spurs don't do anything well. You know, they haven't scored in the last 3. They haven't created anything. It took until the 94th minute the other night to have their second shot on target. They're not creating. I mean, they're not defending. The in-game management from Conte is appalling. I mean, you're chasing the game with 10 minutes to go, regardless of Romero being sent off. You know, this is, as I tweeted the other day, this is the kitchen sink time. Like, doesn't matter if you've got 9 men. You want all your attackers. Yeah, we'll talk about Romero.
Wow.
Yeah, another just questionable player. Yeah. But, you know, with 10 minutes to go, you need to be doing everything you can to win that game. You know, what on earth are you bringing on Davinson Sanchez for? Who arguably is also a terrible centre-back.
Yeah.
So what are you bringing him on for? He's so set in his ways that he has to have a 3 at the back at all costs. You don't need a 3. I would rather, at that point, you bring on Danjuma, you keep on Kulusevski, you do something, and we end up with, like, for all of our attacking players, if possible, on the pitch.
You risk losing by a goal,
You're going out of the competition anyway. So even if you lose by another goal, at least you've tried.
Yeah. Someone said he was basically defending a draw.
Yeah, he was. And maybe he didn't realise that they weren't 1-0 up.
To be fair, his knockout record in Champions League is appalling. So he maybe doesn't know the aggregate.
The problems at Tottenham run extremely deep. Romero, again, I mean, has the ability to be a great centre-back. Sometimes does show that. You know, won a World Cup, for God's sake, but he's just so rash. I think since he's come back from the World Cup, it's like 7 yellows or something, and however many reds. It's just appalling. And you know what? The club needs ripping out from top to bottom. I've said it many times. I won't bore you with my rant. You can go and have a look at it from January on DR Sports if you want to catch the whole thing. But
facts out there.
yeah, you know, I'll always put facts out there. I'll never sugarcoat it. And I don't know where they go now. You know, either Daniel Levy's got to have a very big slice of humble pie and go back and get Pochettino, which I think, you know, I see some people not wanting that in the fan base, which is okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Why, also from his perspective, I don't get why you would want to come back, but I'd love to have him come back for the stability. At least I know what football we'll be getting. I think he could get so much more out of this squad, especially with the likes of someone like Porro, Kulusevski. I mean, we've
got some good technical players.
There are some good, you know, when Benton Call comes back next season, I can see us playing really well under him.
Yeah.
I know that we're linked to De Zerbi. I mean, he's just got to Brighton. We're not going to pay the fee to to get him out.
Compensation,
We're not going to do that.
That'd be crazy. We would, but yeah.
Yeah, you would, but we wouldn't. And, you know, there was another thing I saw yesterday. I mean, Daniel Levy spent £50 million sacking managers in the past 4 years.
And he's made no progress.
Since getting rid of Pochettino, we've gone backwards.
Jesus.
We've completely gone backwards. So the whole club is a shambles.
You'd want to win a trophy in that time with all those short-term managers that have been hired.
Well, you know what? Again, if the board think it's more important to qualify for Champions League rather than putting a first team out for a trophy, but then what's the point of being in Champions League when you get knocked out every time?
They don't even look like they want to qualify for Champions League this year.
Oh, honestly, I wouldn't either. I just want.
Well, someone in the chat said seeing you's made their day, so that'll put a smile on your face.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. My pain is your pleasure. Should we just quickly talk about Forest? I feel like it's a bit unfair. They're a bit inconsistent, but like fairly decent. I mean, they're up to 14th in the Premier League, 26 points.
Yeah.
Steve Cooper's done a brilliant job.
Yeah, he's had to integrate 30 plus players. I think it was, and it was always going to be a slow burn. It was always going to take some time. I remember when it was towards the bottom of the table at the start of the season. There was even talk of maybe him even being sacked. But that felt a bit unfair purely because of the fact that they signed so many players in a massive cluster, and they did need to give a little bit more time to integrate. They've done that now, and they've started to push up the table. And Forest, the only thing I worry about with them in this game is they don't travel very well. Their away record is one of the worst in the league. They tend to pick up more points at the City Ground. That's where they've got most of their wins. So even with Tottenham in this form, I mean, surely Tottenham need to respond, but I don't really know what the motivation behind responding is.
I think then they're clearly not playing for the manager anymore. No. So for me, I think this has got a Forest win all over it.
Yeah.
And I think he'll be sacked.
Wow. And who do you think will be? You're not sure who? Maybe?
I think he'll end up giving it to Ryan Mason till the end of the season.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Ow, Lord.
I really do. Because again, another glorious thing from the club that just doesn't stop giving. Our director of football, Fabio Paratici.
Yes.
He's got a hearing in 1 month.
Oh, yes, I remember him.
He's got a hearing in 1 month.
He does.
Whether or not he's just banned from Italian football or if he's banned
most
from
of his connects
world football.
Yes.
So, again, this guy, if you sack Conte, actually, his shortlist is not going to have Pochettino on it. And also, why are you going to let a director of football essentially make the decision for the next manager when his job won't even be tenable?
Yeah, he needs to leave.
In a month's time.
He needs to go. Your club is a mess.
My club. I need to sort of say my club. It's not even my club anymore.
God.
Anyway, give me your prediction, please.
Well, now that you've said that, I'm gonna go with.
Let's end this Tottenham.
I'm gonna go with Nottingham Forest win as well. Actually, I'll go 2-1 Nottingham Forest.
We're gonna score, yeah. I'm gonna go with a 1-0 Forest win.
Kane
1-0 Forest win. We are running a poll, by the way. Predictions for the Liverpool game. Liverpool win 63%. Bournemouth win 19%. Draw 16%. Let's see if we got the others.
The poll for Tottenham, Nottingham Forest, 33% Tottenham, 41% Nottingham Forest at the moment.
That's about accurate.
Damn.
About accurate.
26% draw.
Right, moving on to another another club that's not too good. Chelsea. They are away at Leicester.
I've seen your segues in recent weeks. They're very strong.
Let's segue. Anyway, let's talk about Leicester. Let's talk about Chelsea. Big win for you. Potter's at the wheel.
Don't do that. It's one win. It's necessary. It's needed. It was really, if he didn't get that win, I think he could have also potentially been sacked.
Listen, beat Leeds last weekend.
Yeah. I mean, we beat Leeds. I mean, we should be beating Leeds. They're in a relegation battle as well. Yeah, I mean, we should. If we're going by standards, if we're going by form, no. But yeah, beat Dortmund. It was a great win. Feet is still firmly on the ground. How could they not be? We need to go and continue to win some Premier League games. We're still 10th. So reality kind of hits when you come back home, I guess. The sunshine of we didn't leave the country, to be fair. It was a home tie, but you get what I mean. And then, Leicester away is going to be an interesting one. We need to follow this up with some wins. We've got Leicester and then we've got Everton at home. And then the games do become quite difficult with the Liverpools and the Wolves and Man United, etc. So, this is another must-win game for Chelsea. And Leicester being one of those teams that are just in mid-table, kind of just chilling, not going to be relegated.
Well, say that, but they're on 15 points on 20. Well, they're on 15th in the table on 24 points.
Oh,
there's literally There's 3 points.
Oh, damn. They were comfy last time I took a look at them.
Yeah,
Leicester, you need to step up.
Well, was the last time you look at them after they battered Tottenham? Because since then they've been poor.
Yeah.
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 See the denominator?
Mm-hmm. I see it. Yeah. Well, then Leicester need to find their feet. I think they're in a spot where a couple of wins and they'll be fine, but they need to get those couple of wins, don't they? But
yeah,
James Maddison definitely is the be-all and end-all of this team, it seems.
100%. I mean, when he's not in the team, they don't score, they don't function particularly well at all. He scored more goals and provided more assists and created more chances, that's 42 chances, than any other Leicester player in the Premier League this season. I'd say they've got other good players like Harvey Barnes, but again, they're just completely inconsistent.
Yeah.
Especially when they don't have James.
The thing is with Leicester is when you look at their forwards, Barnes, Maddison, Daka, Iheanacho, they've got some good forwards. But obviously Tielemans when he comes back, but the defence, I don't trust Leicester's defence at all. Look at it from an individual standpoint. I don't like what I see.
Raheem Sterling, he scored his first Chelsea goal in this same fixture, the reverse fixture, in August. He was on the score sheet the other night. Are you starting to see a bit more from Sterling?
Yeah, I have actually. Last couple of games, I have seen a lot more from Sterling. I think he needs to be we need to be putting him more at the forefront, if anything. He's a really, really good player. He's very experienced, knows what it's like to play in a possession-based team and has to come up against low blocks. And he's been year in, year out for Man City. He's been consistent. I know they criticise him at times for his finishing and whatnot, but when you look at the numbers that he's been putting up over the last couple of years, it's always been strong numbers, and that's exactly what Chelsea needs. So for me, he should have always been someone that we're looking at as a starter. I know we brought in some new young players and the Mudryks and the Maduekes, but they haven't played in this league. And put the numbers up yet. They're still young. Sterling's been there and done it, so we should really be looking to cater around him a little bit more and try and get those points from him, because I think if you can get Sterling playing with Felix, which we've seen in the last couple of games, Kai Havertz was really good at midweek as well. If we keep that front three and keep it stable, don't keep rotating too much and let them find some chemistry, we might actually be on to something decent. I still think Kai isn't clinical enough long term to be a striker, but we might be able to get by.
Something.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you, Mudryk?
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about Mudryk. I know he hasn't been playing, but he's just come over from the Ukrainian league. He's obviously still acclimatizing. We've given him some goes, some games, but we've changed formation now, and the forwards are more narrow in this 3-4-3. So he's more of a touchline winger from what I've seen of him. Now, some people say in his Shakhtar he's playing as a 10. He's played left mid. Maybe some people have even suggested left wing back, but Chelsea right now need points, so for me that's an absolute must. And if they don't think he can come off the bench and maybe do the defensive work in that system as well as maybe a Pulisic, I have really no problem with that, because Potter's last 2 games have been must-wins or potential sack. So when you're in that position as a manager and there's that much pressure, I'm not really needing you to play certain players. I think get whatever you need to get from those lineups. Yeah, get the job done, exactly.
Yep, I agree with you. What's your prediction, please?
I'm going to predict a Chelsea 2-0 win.
Okay, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Leicester win.
What? Whoa. Why are we doing that?
Why not?
Where'd you get that one from?
They're at home. If Maddison's...
Do you believe that, or are you just doing that as revenge?
If Maddison's fit, I can see it.
There's revenge. This is revenge.
I can see it happening.
Okay.
I can see it happening.
And you're not here Monday as well.
Okay. I'm not here Monday. So whatever happens this weekend, I'll see you later next week.
Yeah, I'll see you. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll see you.
See you on Tuesday. Right, moving on. Leeds, they take on Brighton, high-flying Brighton. They come off the back of that demolition again of West Ham, 4-0. What a season they are having.
I don't want to say that they're going to make top 4.
They think they can.
But they think they can.
I'd love them
Casado said they can.
I'd love them to.
Yeah, I'd love it. That would be
Casado was on his way to Arsenal a few months ago.
He was?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's... You're just taking shots now, innit?
Just shots, yeah.
He said that they can make top 4, and for me, I would love to see it. If I could say to one team, please go and get that job done, I'd love it to be them, because the way that they've recruited over the last couple of years, the way that they've been able to deal with the revolving door of Player of the Year Cucurella, Ben White, Graham Potter,
all the coaching
Trossard,
staff, all the recruitment staff.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. So if they can continue to keep handling all of those challenges and coming through them and looking like a better team for it, if anything, then I'd love them to make it. It would be a great story. They play some brilliant football. They absolutely destroyed last week, West Ham. Matoma as well. He's been having a great season. So there's and Ferguson's coming through as well, young Irish striker. So yeah, I would love them to finish the job off. I won't put the pressure on them, because it would be a very big task for them to get it done, considering Liverpool are now moving up the ranks as well. But minimum Europa League football.
Oh yeah, they're going to have. Hopefully, they'll have some type of European football.
Are you kind of wishing?
I love Brighton. I think they play brilliant football. Even when Potter was there, I was a big fan of them.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm more than happy for a team like Brentford, Brighton, Fulham,
Yeah.
even Newcastle.
To finish ahead of you, you don't
Yeah,
mind.
I mean, I genuinely think Tottenham will end up somewhere like 7th anyway.
Okay.
7th, 8th.
Maybe 8th. Hopefully we can be ahead
Maybe
of you
10th. Who knows? Who knows?
It's definitely there.
Still got a lot of games to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of games to play, unfortunately.
Shame it's not May. But anyway, Leeds, on the other hand, since Gracia's come in, I mean, I know it's not been too many games, but have you seen anything that's made them look any different? Think they might stay up, or?
It's going to be tight.
They're 1 point off the bottom.
It's going to be tight. I don't think he's going to just pull them out and just, cruise to safety. I think they beat Southampton as a massive win. They came to us 1-0. It was a very close. They competed. So fair play to them. So I've seen positive signs. I don't know whether this is a new manager bounce or how much to read into it as of yet. But he's done very well in his first 2 Premier League games with those two results, and they could have got something at Stamford Bridge, on another day. We did deserve to win, in my opinion, with the chances we created, but it was still only 1-0. Anything can happen with a 1-0 scoreline. So, yeah, I think he's had a strong start, considering that he had to, face us away. And I know we're in shocking form, but that's not expected to be a win. So we'll see how he kicks on now. But yeah, it could be a new manager bounce, could be not. It's still maybe too early to distinguish. But I think they're going to be in a fight regardless, because the quality that they have with Rodrigo missing, his goal output is immense for them. And then when they bring in Bamford, since the injury, Bamford's not looked the same. They got some talented players, Somerville, Nottm on the left as well, who came off the bench at Stamford Bridge. They got some tricky wingers, good midfield. So they got a decent team when they all put it together. But it's going to be tough.
I think they can stay up.
Yeah,
I think
they got a good team when they put it all together.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking to win consecutive home league games for just the second time since the start of last season. And if Javi Gracia does do that, he'll be the first manager to win his first 2 top-flight home games in charge of Leeds since 1974.
Yeah.
Good stat for you there. Prediction, please?
I think, Brighton. It's going to be tough. Brighton. I'm going to go Brighton.
Brighton is going to be tough, Brighton.
I'm going to go Brighton. I actually was going to lean towards Leeds. They're at home, but I think Brighton 2-1. It's going to be a close game, I think.
Maybe like a draw.
Yeah, I was going to go with a draw as well, but I'm just going to push it.
Disrespectful to Brighton of me.
Yeah, I'm just going to push it towards Brighton on this one.
I'm going to go 2-2.
Okay.
Don't know why.
It could be anything, to be honest. Leeds are at home, so.
Everton, they face Brentford. Everton, they're still in the relegation zone, but again, as we said, they're not bottom. They're on 22 points. Sean Dyche, happy with what you've seen? I mean, they look like they had galvanised, but again, is it just the quality of the squad?
The quality of the attackers is not great. I preferred when Iwobi was playing in midfield, if I'm completely honest. I think when Lampard was playing in midfield, I think there was a lot more from him. I do think he's one of these wingers that have converted into a midfielder, and now when I'm seeing him out wide, I'm not seeing the same kind of impact. McNeil's coming to the team. I do think maybe Damari Gray needs to be utilised a little bit more as well. I'm not sure how he's going to get him into the team, because he seems to want to have right footer and a left footer on those 2 flanks there. He doesn't want to have people cutting in. I think he needs Calvert-Lewin back as well. I call him Moon Pie. He's been poor. Yeah, he's so poor. He's such a poor striker. I don't even think he's even a striker.
No, my pie.
Yeah, he just can't shoot, Abby.
Well, they tried to get Dan Juma. Tottenham hijacked that deal, and he's literally not played.
Yeah, he's not really a Sean Dyche player anyway, is he?
No. I mean, is it? They're gonna. I guess they're gonna defend till the end, aren't they?
That is literally the motto with Tchaikovsky and Cody and Keane. Yeah, defend to the end, but that forward line they still need to put some goals in that back.
Yeah.
They still need to get some goals in if they're going to stay up. I think they desperately I wouldn't ever think I'd be saying again that they desperately need Calvert-Lewin, but when he was playing, at least they could go long to him, win those aerial duels, get the wingers close to him and go from there. It's kind of what they did against Arsenal. With Mupai, it's just there's nothing there. There's nothing there. He can't shoot. He keeps skying it. It's nuts. He's not a striker.
And Brentford, Ivan Toney has been directly involved in more Premier League goals for Brentford this season than anybody else. That's 18. He is so important for Brentford, isn't he?
Yeah, huge. I think when that situation gets concluded, depending on what happens, ban, no ban, most likely banned. They're going to miss him massively. He's been immense this season. And the thing is with him is it's not just his goals, it's his overall gameplay. You know, he's
hold up there, yeah.
They can go long with that front two. He can hold up the ball, bring others into play. He's got really good passing range as well. He's quite underrated and from that side of things in terms of dropping deep and passing it, switching play. Brilliant finisher. Just a very, very good striker. And yeah, I think for Brentford, they mix it up well. I really like Raya as well in goal. His passing range is ridiculous. Whether they need him to go short, whether it go long, the accuracy's there. You can see why he was kind of ahead of De Gea in Spain for Enrique. Saw De Gea yesterday. His passing was atrocious against Real Betis in the first half. So yeah, ball-playing goalkeepers right now are winning. So yeah, Raya's been, again, another brilliant player for Brentford this season. I think they'll struggle to keep him in the summer. I think there's a few teams that are looking at goalkeeper position in the top 6, 7.
Well, yeah, I mean, Tottenham will be
Tottenham,
one. Yeah.
Ourselves maybe as well, Man United. So I think Raya will be tough to keep. He looks really good.
Okay, score, please.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 2-2.
Okay, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Everton win.
Okay.
I can see...
They need it.
I can see, like, Tarkowski getting a goal. Just big
Keen
lads at the
from
back.
the corner, yeah.
Big lads at the back.
Do you know what? They're more likely to score from their centre-backs than they are from their forwards, to be honest. They just need to have as many... They need a Rory de Lap.
Yeah.
And they need as many corners as possible
They
and
do.
wide free kicks. That's what they need.
Just let's read through some super chats. Richie's Hour says Matisse, Chelsea must, I think he meant must win against Leicester.
Of course.
Pascal sent a unicorn. That's cute. Rami said United showing that Liverpool was just a massive speed bump and that Eric Ten Hag is building something special. Chris George says Tony has more bets than career goals. That might be true. Still. Crystal Palace, they are at home to Manchester City. City still in this title race with Arsenal. They are 5 points behind. They can move within that, within 2 points of them.
Yeah.
With a win at Palace.
Tough place to go for them.
It is a tough place to go because, again, like Palace are a weird mixed bag as well.
They step up against top teams at home, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They're 12th on the table. They're one of those teams that aren't neither here nor there. They're not really going anywhere, are they?
Yeah.
But City, for me, I mean, every game now for Manchester City is a must-win game.
Yeah.
They can't afford to lose anymore.
Yeah, they have Leipzig on Tuesday as well. That tie is nowhere near done. They're only 1-1 on aggregate on that. And we'll be covering that. Which is going to be fun. I think for City, they just need to keep going. They just need to keep getting the results. I'm not even too concerned about... I think their style of play, first of all, has improved in recent weeks because what I saw at the start of the year, in contrast to what I've seen in the last couple of weeks, has been massive difference. Even when they drew against Nottingham Forest away from home, they played a lot better. They played good football. They just couldn't take their chances. So I do think the style of play is improving. Foden coming back into the team is positive as well.
Grealish looked good.
Yeah, Grealish as well. So... I think they could put together a run now. Whether or not Champions League becomes a bit of a distraction as well, there's a lot of pressure on them to kind of win that competition. We'll have to see if they get through to the latter rounds. But Foden coming back in is crucial because Foden had a great start to the season. I think a lot of people forget. He was getting a lot of goals, kind of making those runs off of Haaland, giving that Sterling vibe in a sense, you know, giving them some sort of runner to hit because a lot of them prior were just coming to feet, looking for the ball, you know, trying to come central, but he was actually stretching the team and he's now back in. At least he's been more involved recently. So yeah, I think for City, Pep's kind of tinkered a bit now. He's kind of figured out his team a little bit more, knows what he wants. He's got some key players back. And I think City can win this game. As much as Palace usually is a tough place to go, I think they're not really fighting for too much, so City should
and also with Palace, it's the goals for me. They
again, their striker as well.
Again, a team that lack it, yeah.
Or Mateta.
Mateta, they're just not doing it. I mean, they've got good young players in the likes of someone like Eze.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel when Zaha's not in the team. And I don't know if he is or he isn't, but if he's not in the team, I feel they look completely different anyway.
Yeah.
So
he scored last week, I think, when he came back.
Yeah, he did. Okay, right. Prediction for that one?
I'm going to go with a Manchester City 3-0 win.
Okay, I'm going to go with a 2-0 City win.
Okay.
Please. All I've got, Man City.
Just Sport City?
Yeah, I think I am. Just Just till the end of the season.
I feel City.
Give it City till the end of the season. Yeah. West Ham, Aston Villa. This is on Sunday at 2:00. West Ham, they beat Larnaca last night, didn't they?
Yes.
In the Conference League.
They did.
Nice little away day, that.
Yeah, 2-0 win.
Yeah.
Antonio started again ahead of Scamacca. I know some West Ham fans weren't too happy with that. But yeah, they were always going to win that game, you know. They got a second leg to play. I'm sure they'll rest players in that. Premier League survival is critical.
Absolutely.
They are still in the thick of it after the battering last weekend. They don't seem to be getting away anytime soon. They got too many good players to go down, but they have to prove that. They have to show that.
I heard something yesterday that apparently, even if they did go down, they still wouldn't get rid of David Moyes.
What? Why? That doesn't make any sense.
They trust him.
They trust him with
Whether
what?
or not that's accurate.
There's no way. I mean, to be honest, you know what? At this point, that does kind of sound right, because they could have sacked him a long time ago.
They haven't.
And they still haven't done it. I don't know why. But yeah.
Consistency is key.
Consistently losing.
But it's key.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on there with West Ham. I thought they would have changed manager a while ago. They haven't. They need to get these points because they are too good to go down. They've got way too many good players. When you look at some of the options they have now, Danny Ings, Scamacca, obviously Antonio's there. Cornet was on the bench last night, I believe, as well. Paqueta, Bowen, Benrahma. I mean, it's literally a top 10 team minimum. And that's a top 10 team if it's been a disappointing season, you know, if they was to finish 10th, to be honest, with that team. I look at their team and I sometimes compare it to Newcastle and I'm like, there's not really much difference. I still feel that way in terms of individual ability. Declan Rice, some of the defenders, Zuma, Aguerd. So I can't believe they're in this mess, to be honest. It's insane. Really
no,
is.
I totally agree with you. Aston Villa, on the other hand, 11th in the table. Again, one of those mid-table teams not going anywhere.
Yep.
Unai Emery completely steadied the ship, hasn't he, since he's come in. Again, they are a bit of a mixed bag, Aston Villa. Like, you never know what you're going to get. Can they win today? Can they not win today? But again, I mean, I'd say this is a hard test for West Ham.
Yeah.
Because these are the type of games that they need to be winning.
The thing is with Villa is that Watkins now has stepped up recently.
Yeah.
Now that Ings is not there, it's going to be Ings versus Watkins potentially again. The two Aston Villa boys there. But yeah, Aston Villa can pull out the bag whenever they feel like it. It seems they got the quality as well. They got a pretty good team when they put it on paper. But they are, like you said, in mid-table, not really fighting for too much. Ahmed in the chat was saying that credit to West Ham for not sacking Moyes. Sacking is not always the solution. I understand where you're coming from because there is a lot of sacking these days, but I do feel like this one should have been done.
But I've always said, who did they bring in?
I think they missed out on Emery. That was a big opportunity.
Yeah, but that was quite a while ago.
Yeah,
Emery was a while ago.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been happy with Sean Dyche.
No.
They could get Marco Silva.
They need somebody that can play.
Scott Parker's back on the market.
Oh, he got sacked from Club Brugge, didn't he? Yeah. Well, I don't think that's the way either.
Well, this is the thing. You have to look at who's realistic.
Yeah.
And that can go there.
I think Emery was a big miss. He's tactically astute. Top.
Who's a bigger club, Aston Villa or West Ham?
Well, Aston Villa are a bigger club, but West Ham have shown they have the resources in the last summer, and I think West Ham have a better squad on paper anyway. So for me, I feel like they missed the boat. They're in European football. They've got a deep squad. They've got quality players. You get a good manager in charge that maybe can play a certain brand of football with the quality they have technically. I think they'll come out of that relegation zone like that. You know, you're not talking about needing to go on a crazy run for Champions League qualification or, you know, win 10 games. If they put together 2-3 wins, they're out of this mess immediately. Yeah. So I think they've missed the boat there. But someone said Rafa Benitez as well.
You don't want Rafa Benitez.
There's an argument about who's the bigger club. I'm saying that Villa are because of their European pedigree. But yeah.
I think Villa are. Prediction?
I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw.
I'm going to go with the Villa win. 2-1.
Moyes in trouble.
Moyes in trouble. Manchester United at home to Southampton. They bounced back last night, didn't they, against Real Betis?
Yes.
But again, we cannot forget that only 5 days ago. Was it 5 days ago? Yeah, 5 days ago.
Yeah.
5 whole days ago.
Yeah.
They got battered.
How many hours?
7-0. Don't know, ask Flex. He's still probably counting. He got battered and torn apart.
Yeah.
1 week after they won the Carabao Cup.
You enjoyed it so much.
I did. I enjoyed it because the way Flex was flexing in here last week.
Yeah.
Before that, just sometimes you need a little bit of a humbling.
Football's a humbler.
And they were humbled.
Yeah.
They were. But they did bounce back last night, so we are going to focus more on that.
Yeah.
At home to Southampton, surely this only goes one way.
Yeah, Southampton bottom of the table. They've shown that they can cause upsets. Man City, Chelsea. So I wouldn't rule them out completely. They have again another team that when they actually try and when they actually try and play football, they're a decent footballing team. They got some good players. James Ward-Prowse is always good for a free kick as well. Old Trafford definitely knows that. De Gea definitely knows that. I watched them against Betis. First half, De Gea really again, ball playing is just not his game. He can't play out from the back. He can't spray those passes. He gave it away so many times. I think long term he's not going to be the solution. I've said it before. They need to look into the market. His contract that they're trying to give a renewal to is far too much. They are very much Rashford or bust in general play. Anthony obviously got a goal, great curler.
Wow, Weghorst on score sheet?
Yeah, Weghorst as well. That came from a Palestri. Really good a bit chance creation on the right. When I came away from thinking from that game, I know Anthony got the goal, but he wasn't great again. Why Palestri doesn't get more opportunities on that right-hand side? I thought he was a lot younger than he is. He's 22, I think, 21. They signed him for 9-10 million, I think a few seasons ago, maybe last season. He looks like a decent player. He came on, took it past two players, really good cutback, caused the chaos for the goal for Weghorst. I think he needs to be getting more opportunities. That right-hand side's wide open for me in terms of what Anthony does in the 90 minutes. And yeah, I think there's something there. So, and they've also got Diallo as well on loan in the Championship, I think. So there's options for Man United, but I think they'll win this game. They can't not. I think after what happened last week, there is clearly...
Southampton have to put up a fight as well. I mean, they're 19th in the table, joint bottom. Only goal difference that technically separates them.
Yeah.
But they need to start getting some result.
They do.
I don't think it's this week, but they need to start doing something.
Yeah, no, they do.
They've lost 16 games.
I don't understand
Do you know
how.
that? That's mad.
Yeah.
They've lost the most games. They've lost the most games in the whole league.
Yeah.
Bournemouth have lost less, but drawn. Drawn 2 more. Mad.
It's James Ward-Prowse from a free kick.
I love James Ward-Prowse.
That's what it's
I want
gotta be.
James Ward-Prowse.
Do you?
Yeah, he won't come to us because
Why not?
Why?
That'd be a massive step up for him.
Would it?
Yeah, huge.
Would it?
Yeah.
Would it?
Yeah, you're in
Would
Europe.
it? Would it?
You're finished with Tottenham, isn't it?
Finished. Restart next season.
Yeah, you'll be back.
What's your prediction, please?
I'm gonna go over United. I'm gonna go over Man United 3-1 win.
Okay, I'm gonna go
think we'll Prowse somewhere.
7-0 Southampton win.
What? Seven? No, you're playing, man.
I'm joking. I'm gonna go with a 3-0. Maybe 3-1. 3-1.
Still 3-1 Southampton.
No, 3-0 United win. Okay, moving on. Fulham taking on Arsenal at 2 o'clock on Sunday. It is at Craven Cottage.
They're cheering for you in the chat.
Thanks, guys. See, I'm not that salty. Fulham, I think Fulham have got very good potential to get something out of this game. Do you? Fulham at home, they've been great. I've loved watching Fulham.
No, do you know what they do?
Big Fulham fan.
They do. Because Arsenal on set pieces at the moment are a problem.
They're conceding.
They are conceding, and they do need to mark people from set pieces. I saw the goal they conceded against... Well, I saw the goal they conceded in midweek there yesterday against Sporting, and no one's marking. I think it's Martinelli, their new centre-back, Kivior as well. Needs to stay switched on. It ended up being 2-2. It's still not, still very much in the balance, that game. Defensively, they've been conceding. We saw against Bournemouth. We saw against Aston Villa, they conceded 2 goals as well. So Arsenal are conceding goals. Now, credit to them, they're scoring a hell of a lot of goals as well. Saka did look a little bit tired in the game yesterday as well. They've obviously had to play him in a game where they probably would have preferred not to. They are missing Trossard, Jesus, and...
Jesus is almost back there.
Yeah, Nketiah. But for this game, they won't be back.
No.
And Martinelli up front didn't really do it for me. It wasn't quite the same. Just didn't play the role the way that those... especially Trossard and Jesus.
But they are clawing results back. Arsenal.
They are.
After.
Is the inevitable going to happen where they drop points? Are they asking for it?
I'm going to start saying no because I'm hoping I flip my luck around. Because every time I say that it will happen, it doesn't. And I think that Arsenal are definitely the ones to beat.
They're saying Eddie could be back this weekend, someone in the chat said. I think they need him.
I do think this is a tough game for Arsenal. Away at Fulham, they're 7th in the table. They've been playing really good football. Again, they are not far off 4th place either. They could definitely and should get some type of European football this season. I think
Fellaini is suspended as well for Fulham.
Of course he is.
DM, very important.
Of course he is.
That was actually, we
It's
knew
like
that
when
knew
they
that
had
from last
Leicester
week.
and Maddison was out.
Yeah.
They're so lucky.
That was important.
Oh, my God.
He's suspended.
They're so lucky.
Nelson, not great midweek as well. The crossing wasn't great. I don't know. I think it depends. Maybe if Eddie's back, they're saying Nketiah, you're in the room, your defense is in trouble. Do you know what? I'm going to go over draw. I'm going to go over. I think Fulham are going to fight for this. I'm going to go over 2-2.
I'm on the fence here because I don't know if I should back Fulham out loud or if I should just do it in my head.
Tactic.
I'm gonna try and do this another way. I'm gonna go with an Arsenal win. Gonna go with an Arsenal win.
Yo, why is the camera not panning to you? Why are you allowed to do these things?
Arsenal win.
Arsenal win.
Yeah.
Guys, if only you could have seen what the... No, I'm not going to rat you out.
I'm trying to put my my Spursiness
onto this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're saying I have an agenda. I don't. I genuinely think Fulham will fight for this. It'll be a tough game. You guys
I
will
do
see.
have an
It'll be a tough
agenda.
game.
Did they not catch the wink?
No. No, the camera was panning on me when you did that. Oh, my days.
You didn't catch the wink, guys. Okay, last game of the weekend. 4:30, Newcastle against Wolves. Newcastle, they've slipped down to 6th in the table. Again, though, they could claw their way back in. There's a lot of teams that could get 4th.
There is. Oh, yeah. There is Brighton, Liverpool, yourselves,
Literally.
Newcastle.
I need to just do some math
Fulham
here.
still in it?
Fulham on 39 points.
Games in hand.
No games in hand. Newcastle, 2 games in hand, 41 points. Liverpool, 42 points, 1 game in hand. Tottenham, 45 points, no games in hand. Brentford.
Brighton got loads of
I mean,
games.
basically, anyone from essentially 9th place.
Brighton
have got 3 games
loads.
in
Yeah,
hand.
Brighton got loads of games.
Anyone from 9th place, 9th to 4th, you could get top 4.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah, we're 10th.
Yeah, not you.
Yeah, we're not getting
Not you
it.
lot.
We're not getting it.
Wolves, though, again, kind of creeped up the table since Lopetegui's come in. Beat Tottenham last week, of course.
Of course.
Traore with that wonder strike will
Yeah.
never hit that again.
No. I still don't trust them in front of goal.
No.
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 So I'm going to go with a Newcastle win. I think Newcastle need to get a win badly now. They've been in a tough run of form. They lost a cup final. But Wolves don't score goals. Newcastle defend very well. So I think Newcastle could just edge this and get a 1-0 win.
Well, Wolves, they literally don't score. So
No.
it's the battle of the team that has conceded the least, which is Newcastle with 17,
Yeah.
against the team that has scored the least.
Yeah.
So it's probably not going to be the most exciting one, but...
Almiron's gone missing, hasn't he? Where's he gone?
Has anyone seen Almiron?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's disappeared.
Well, I think it gets in forms, isn't it? It's like
Yeah,
it's
they
that
need-
confidence in that streak, and he was on it for a
He
bit.
was on good
and
momentum, yeah.
He was, but I think that even if they don't get top 4, which I don't think Newcastle will get top 4, to be honest with you, but even if they did, and they're going to finish somewhere with European football, and that is something that Newcastle have not had for years. And this is their first.
But they need to get over the line.
They do, but don't forget, this is the first full season where they've had the backing and had the ownership.
They didn't use it in January.
No, but
so annoying.
they might in
Yeah,
the summer.
they need to.
This is progress.
Yeah, it
Manchester
is, it
City
is.
didn't do it overnight either. And I think Newcastle... They tried to, but Newcastle haven't. They're going about it the right way. And I genuinely think that even if they don't this season, next season, we'll be seeing them either win some type of a trophy, whether it's the Carabao or the FA Cup or something like that.
Yeah.
Or we will see them get into the top 4.
Top 4? Okay. Yeah, they could do. It depends. I think it depends
on the summer
on
that they're going to have. They're still
you think
a
they're
way
going to
off.
have a big summer?
I think they're going to have a big summer. I don't know what their FFP is like for them at the moment. Maybe that's why they didn't do much in January.
Yeah.
To kind of balance it out for the summer. They need a bit more quality in the midfield to go with
Badly.
to go with Bruno.
Yeah.
But I think defensively they're decent.
Yeah, defensively they're good. I think they need to figure out the attack and what they want to look like going forward, because obviously Callum Wilson's always had injury issues.
Yeah, they need to freshen up the front.
Yeah,
That's
but the
what they
midfield
need.
desperately needs additions.
Yeah, absolutely. What was your score, please?
Newcastle. I'm gonna go Newcastle 1-0. Not gonna be easy. They're away. Oh no, they're at home. They're at home.
They're at home.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going Newcastle then. Yeah, 1-0.
Okay, I'm going to go Newcastle 2-0 on this one. Right, let's whiz through some super chat, shall we, before we wrap?
Yep.
Sachiv, he says 9-0 to United, mark my words.
Yeah.
Can you see that happen?
No. I mean, Southampton, isn't it? They actually have been on the receiving end of a battering or
Twice.
two. Yeah.
Literally twice.
Yeah, quite a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you dish out one of those? No.
No. What, did we?
Another super chat from Richie says Tottenham 0, Nottingham Forest 7.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
It's definitely a Man
And
United
listen,
fan.
there are people that sit there in the chat and say that I don't support my team. I have supported my team through thick and thin.
You
And
glory
let me tell
hunter.
you, yeah, I'm a real glory hunter. Supporting Tottenham, there's no glory. Let me tell you, I am done at this moment in time. They've taken everything they have.
All of you, always
From me.
Every single one of you, Toby, you always say that you're done, and
I'm done. I'm
never
done.
going to another game.
No, I'm done this season.
And then you go,
Hold on, since
2
January.
weeks.
How many games have I been to since January? Since I sat there on round table.
Minimum 2.
I have
3.
been, since January, I've been to Chelsea.
That's it.
That's it. And I will not be going until there is a new manager.
You sure?
I will not be going.
Shake on it.
Done.
Okay.
I don't care. I do not care. I'm not going to keep putting money in Daniel Levy's pocket. I've paid for my season ticket. I'll always pay for my season ticket. But I will not keep putting money in his pocket when he repays us like this.
Fairs. Doesn't even repay you, to be fair.
There's nothing to repay. It just goes in his pocket and gives himself a £500 pay rise. Richie's hours is Rashford on smoke, Man United 2-0 win. And Raj says, how is Abby smiling after a horror week for Spurs? Because you've got to smile through the pain, you know. I've got a high pain threshold. Clearly. Right, that is everything for this week, guys. Good luck to all your teams. I will be here with you tomorrow for the Saturday Football Show, so make sure you come and get locked in. Don't forget, though, we have our brand new show on Track GP, where you can get all of your F1 content and watch along with us throughout the whole F1 season. We'll be back for next week's race, won't we?
We will.
Exciting.
Very excited.
Very exciting.
I don't like these gaps.
No, I don't either. It's a bit annoying.
Very annoying.
Really annoying. But make sure you please go and like and subscribe to On Track GP and support the channel. And we're going to have some great content for you coming up this season. So make sure you do that. Yep. Good luck to all of your teams this weekend.
Raj is saying your next game will be Kane's testimonial on Super Chat.
I feel free him. Free my guy. It's like Dobby. Come at me with
free
a
my guy.
Free him. But until then.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash up the likes. Make sure you're here tomorrow for Abby. And I'll see you guys next time.
See you Tuesday.
Peace.
Bye.